Hello and welcome to yet another YouTube video here on this channel. In today's video, we are actually diving into the applications that I use because that is the question I get asked most often. Is like, what applications do you use? And after my system fell apart when I used Squintle and it didn't work out because I needed a mobile application much more than I thought, I decided to do a whole nother process, testing out a bunch of different applications, using them for a couple of weeks. And I've tested everything from like by design to my mind, having multiple applications, having one application. And I promised myself that before 1st of July, today is, as of me filming this video, is June 30th. So um, there is one day left, obviously, but when you see this video, it will probably be deep into, or at least a little bit into July. And I promised myself that before July, I would decide on a few applications. So I have decided on most of my applications, but there is one actually, and that is the AI application, because I don't want to pay for multiple different AI subscriptions. So I am paying for one. Currently, I'm paying for Raycast, and we can just start there talking a little bit about that. And just a quick disclosure before we jump into the applications. Some of these applications that I am currently using are applications that have gifted me free lifetime plans or free plans. I think it's only free lifetime plans in this one. And I will, of course, tell you about it when we get there. But most of them have gifted their lifetime plans, or actually, all of them have gifted me a lifetime plan. After I have filmed a video about them already, and I have a lot of just keep that in mind. I have a lot of free subscriptions. They call it like reviewer subscriptions, where I'm able to show off the pro features. None of these applications are actually that, but I just wanted to mention that as well. Let's start off with Raycast. So Raycast is a Mac application mainly. There is a Windows application coming, and that has been something that has annoyed me since I am in both of the ecosystems. Currently, I am paying for the um, Pro Advanced AI plan, which costs me $20 each month. I pay monthly, but recently I have been trying out Dia, and I am a big fan. So I was considering changing to Dia, but I already also have a Perplexity subscription, mainly for like work stuff. I use it on the browser, and I use the browser a lot. And Perplexity is coming out with the comment browser, which is an AI browser just like Dia. So I am considering that as well. That is the only thing I will allow myself to change, but currently I am paying for this. I am probably going to end the subscription later this month. I think Raycast is great, but as someone that mainly uses AI on like my day job, where I'm not allowed to download anything like Raycast, for example, um, it is much easier to have something that works on the web. But Raycast is probably one of my favorite applications. At some point, I even tried having a productivity system fully revolved around Raycast, and it worked quite well, except for the fact that I have two Windows computers as well as an Android device. Let's go into the next one, which is Sublime. And Sublime is like my inspiration application. So here I have a lot of things that inspire me. I think of this more as a commonplace book rather than like a productivity application. So I will jump into here and read through things whenever like need something to inspire me. I want to be inspired. I want to find something that really inspires me. And I have a lot of different collections here, and sometimes I like dive into these and I look at related ideas just to see what everyone else has saved. And sometimes I also open up like different articles and things in here, and I put them into my Read It Later application and read them. So this is a place for inspiration for me personally. I think of it as a commonplace book, and I also do this for like social media stuff. I have a lot of social media stuff, both for like my day job, which is like this one is for the day job stuff. But I also have a lot of things for the YouTube channel. I have thumbnails. I tried my mind, and just keep in mind, this is one of the applications where I actually got a free lifetime plan when I covered this application, like when it was really early. I made 2 videos and 2 blog posts about it around like November, one in December, one in August, one in November, December, one in August. And they gifted me the lifetime plan, and that was one of the reasons like I would save money on using this as like my commonplace application. But for a lot of people, this is their second brain because they can save a lot of stuff and they can then go into the canvas and do whiteboarding. So there is a whiteboard in here. So you could do whiteboarding inside of here. Let me just open up one just so you can see. So let's call this test, and let's create a private whiteboard. So you can actually create that as well if you wanted to. So this is my whiteboard right here, and I can add my cards into my whiteboard. There are quite a few things you can do, but let me just jump back into my library and go ahead and delete this whiteboard. I just wanted to show you that there is actually a possibility to do whiteboarding inside of Sublime as well, and a lot of people like this as their second brain. I use it more as an inspiration hub. Next up, we have my task manager of choice. This is also one I got gifted the lifetime plan for. I am actually filming my YouTube video right now, but I tried this application quite recently. I think it was like 2 or 3 months ago. I liked it. I said that it was great. I am a big fan of these goal planner applications, but there was one major issue, and that was that it lacked calendar blocking. Now it has calendar blocking, and what I really like about this is that you can actually use these. You can use these goals inside of your life areas as projects. So I have a few projects here. So let's do this one, for example. I can drag the whole project into my task list instead of having to like drag the subtasks here. I can do the whole project, and I can open up the project, and I can then just work on the things inside of here. That is what I really like about this, as well as the inbox feature, of course, which is something I've always really enjoyed. There is also insights here. I haven't actually used the insights at all yet, but that is something I will probably use later. One thing this application is missing, which for a lot of people might be necessary, is actually the two-way sync. This is a one-way sync, basically meaning that it syncs from like it syncs your calendar into the application, like these two right here are synced from my calendar, but it doesn't actually sync my tasks to my calendar, which is a little annoying. But honestly, the application is really good, so I am going to use it anyway. Um, or I am using it anyway, just because I like how quickly I can capture stuff. I would also love an Android application that is in the works, but I mainly use the web version. So that covers like my task management tool. We have a few other applications here as well. So the next one is Heptabase, which is my note-taking application of choice. So here I have a couple of whiteboards. I call this Zettelkasten. This is my main whiteboard. I actually went back to this, I think it was last week, and decided on finally just going back to Heptabase. So Heptabase is my like main note-taking app, this Zettelkasten here, which actually isn't a Zettelkasten, is just where I connect my different ideas. So I read a lot, or at least I've been reading a lot lately, and having a place to connect different ideas, come up with new ideas, things like that, has been amazing. So that is what I use uh, Heptabase mainly for, to like get through a lot of the ideas I have and work on them and develop them. But I also use it as more of a project management tool. This is like my private note-taking app. That is what I want to call it. And I really like the tags here because I have my social media ideas right here. This one is actually published, so I can press done. But here I actually have all of my social media ideas, so I wanted that inside of my note-taking app as well, and Heptabase gives me that. The journal feature, I don't use that often. The inbox I really like to quickly capture notes. Chat I haven't used, mainly because I use the chat within my browser, but that is something I will test out. One of the main reasons I actually went back to Heptabase was because it has this readwise integration, which is also a part of my new workflow, which I will get back to later. But here I have all of my highlights, and these are actually the things I connect inside of the board I call Zettelkasten, which I will change the name of at some point. But I like the visual aspect of this when I want to connect different ideas together. I helped my sister for an exam right before like the summer break, and I went to Miro to get my ideas down because it made so much more sense to connect them like that. Um, in a visual manner. So I have decided that I really like this way of working. There is a good mobile application for me to capture stuff as well, which is mainly what I do on mobile. And the web version is great, which is again mainly what I use. I think Heptabase has done a great job and is just becoming better and better. Next up, we have Readwise Reader. So I pay for readwise now. I have been like not the biggest fan of readwise, mainly because I think it is quite expensive. Here I am actually on the legacy plan because this account is so old. But here I save my articles, I read through them, I highlight them, and I also purchased myself a Kobo lately, which I am really happy about, and that syncs with Readwise because Kindles are actually really hard to get here in Norway. I've been trying for a while, but I could order it online, but I couldn't like go to a store and test it out and buy it. You can do that with a Kobo, so I ended up buying a Kobo, and having the integration with Readwise was amazing, together with Heptabase being able to connect my ideas. And I now also have a Readwise reader, which actually has made me read a lot more. So I read The Desk a lot. I subscribe to a few newsletters. I am looking for more articles and newsletters to read. So if you have some, please do um, share them down below. But I love the fact that I can just subscribe to my newsletter from Readwise. I love the fact that it has this library with articles, books, emails, PDFs. You can even upload books into here. So this is an application for like power users, but I am a really big fan of Readwise Reader, and I have been using it a lot ever since I decided to go for the free trial one more time. The next application is like a utility app I sometimes use, and this is in light mode, so close your eyes if you're not ready for that. This is Figjam. I use Figjam for like visual mind mapping, where like Heptabase does connecting ideas and highlights and things like that. I do a lot of visual work, especially again day job stuff. Uh, right now, I'm designing a couple of roll-ups, for example, and then I need more visual tools, more images. And the only reason for me using Figjam instead of any other whiteboarding tool is honestly because I am already paying for Figma, so I get Figjam for free as a part of that. Well, not for free, but I get it like as a part of my Figma subscription. That is the only reason. I am also using another application. This is called Voicenotes AI. This I have the lifetime plan for, but it wasn't gifted. I actually purchased it myself. This is used for one thing and one thing only, and that is to talk out my ideas. Everything that is in here moves into someplace else. Like sometimes it is LinkedIn ideas, sometimes I'm not sure what this is. Sometimes it is an idea for a blog post. I actually think I wrote this, but I'm not sure. I have tested out the podcasting features. This has a meeting bot as well, but as you can see, this isn't something I use really often. It is something I use whenever I have an idea and I want to speak out that idea. For example, when I'm out on a walk, I tend to use voice notes, and this is like mainly a utility application, but it is something I use at least once a month, sometimes more. So I wanted to include it, but honestly, this wouldn't be part of my workflow hadn't if I hadn't like purchased the lifetime plan, which was only like 55 USD a year ago or so. So I am really happy that I made that purchase, and it is a really good application. It is just that I don't use voice notes that often. Next up, and the last application on this list is Toos. This is my journal, which is why I can't like show you a lot of the stuff that's in here, but I write down what I did that day and how I felt that day. That is mainly what I do inside of Toos. I do it like bullet journal style. Sometimes I add tasks when I do my brain dumps in here. So mainly like my bullet journal, that's what I want to call it. And the reason for why it is my bullet journal and why I've decided to like keep Toos is one, because I've always really liked the application, but two, but Toos, I tried a wordplay there. But Toos is really fun and also really simple to use, and it is the only application that I have found that mimics the way a bullet journal should work, probably together with Xtiles, but Xtiles is more like visual and takes more time. This doesn't require any setup. I can just write what I did in on any given day and how I felt about the different things I did, and sometimes, like I said, I have tasks which I then move into another application. So this is a place for reflection and thinking, but as you can see right here, I have used it previously for a lot of different stuff, but now I mainly use the daily pages. And like journaling is a really important part of my productivity system and my life in general. So I need a separate application for that. I could probably do it in Heptabase, but then like my search wouldn't be as good in Heptabase because it would search through more things, and most of the things in my journal isn't things I really want to go back to. I just want to write it down and forget about it, and sometimes I might search for them. And also, I've been a big fan of Tools, and I want to continue to support the development of the application, and like it fits really well into that specific thing. So that is all of the applications I use, and I just want to be clear, I don't use all of these applications every single day. Like the only applications I think I use every single day is Griply, which is my task manager, and even Griply I don't necessarily use on Sundays, for example. Heptabase I probably use every day. Readwise and Reader, I wouldn't say I use them every day. Because like readwise mainly works in the background, but I read every day, so readwise works every day. That is probably the only three applications, and of course Dia, which I'm not sure I will continue to use. So that is my productivity system, I've chosen to go for many different applications with the same philosophy as in notebooks, where you have like different notebooks for different stuff. People have commonplace books, thinking books, bullet journals. I went for a little bit of the same idea here, and I actually did a lot of research into that. And in general, I am really happy with how everything ended up. And now the problem will be to just stick with these applications at least a year. I'm hoping 2 to 3 years as well, but I promised myself at least a little over a year. So I might revisit these applications in October next year. Of course, unless an application shuts down, which also happened to my calendar application. I used Rise Calendar and I was really, really happy about it, and it shut down. So here we are. But unless that happens, these are the applications, and I will do deep dive videos on how the system works, especially the readwise hepta-based stuff. I think that is really interesting. If you want like more in-depth tutorials on any of the applications, please do comment down below and I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching today's video.